Hey guys, hey, don't mind my messy hair, but it's me, Poppy Rain here. Today we're going to try and do a video streak, see how many videos I can make today. And I wanted to do some read with me videos, so I wanted to show you the collection of books, oh, sorry, my eyes are really watery, that I still have left to read for you guys. I wanted to talk to you about the books and where they came from and everything. So, item number 1 is this it's called Fairyopolis, a Flower Fairies journal. My ex actually bought this for me at a yard sale for a couple bucks. There's actually, I think, another one in the series as well. Like, look at how pretty these pictures are and everything. It's so pretty. Oh, these pictures kill me. So we have that one. Sorry, whoops, trying not to make you guys fall while grabbing books. Then we have this book that I recently got from a little free library at one of our... So we have at least 4 little free libraries around. One is actually in front of someone's house that I'm kind of freaked out to use. We have a little free library at this one park that's had a lot of issues. We have another free library that's children's books only at one of our bigger parks in our area. And then we have another little free library in front of a bar. Well, a pub. Can't even think of the name of the pub at this current moment. But, so, at the little free library that's children's books only, we got Madeline's Tea Party. Because I grew up with Madeline. I'm a huge Madeline fan. I did read a Madeline story for you guys on this channel out of a book of children's books that Mommy had bought me from thrift store. We have a book that I thrifted. As you guys may or may not know, I've done a lot of Peter Pan books on this channel. We do a lot of Peter Pan. I love Peter Pan. This is a classic Disney Stories collection book. This is Peter Pan. I've done vintage Peter Pan. I did have one Peter Pan chapter book that I read on my own that I think I reviewed for you guys. I've done a lot of the Golden Book Peter Pans. I had some pop-up Peter Pan books that I read from Dollar Tree and whatever. So we have that Peter Pan. Because I love the Never Grow Up part of Peter Pan. And actually the obsession came from the book that I will do a review on when I finish reading it for the second time. Lost Boy, by Sassafras Lowry. Please, if you're into kinky fairy tale retellings, go check that out. We have, I don't normally pick up Nate the Great books because they're kind of long and whatever, but I was one of my dad's favorite things to read together as a kid were Nate the Great and Encyclopedia Brown. We have a little visitor. A little nosy Nancy over here. This is Nate the Great and the Snowy Trail. This also came from the little free library that was books only. I don't think I've actually ever read this Nate the Great book, honestly. There's a whole list of ones in here. There's Nate the Great Goes Undercover, Nate the Great and the Lost List. I think I remember that one. Nate the Great and the Phony Clues, Nate the Great and the Sticky Case, Nate the Great and the Missing Keys, Nate the Great and the Snowy Trail, which is this one, Nate the Great and the Fishy Prize, Nate the Great Stalks Stumpweed, Nate the Great and the Boring Beach Bag, Nate the Great Goes Down in the Dumps, Nate the Great and the Halloween Hunt, Nate the Great and the Musical Note, Nate the Great and the Stolen Base, Nate the Great and the Pillowcase, Nate the Great and the Mushy Valentine. I think I do remember that one. Nate the Great and the Tardy Tortoise. I can't remember which one it is, but I remember the one where he looks for Rhonda's cats. Specifically remember the one where he goes on a hunt for Rhonda's missing cats. We have this book that I believe I thrifted. This is a book of classic spooky stories. This is by a Bunting collection of creepy tales. We started to read this on the channel before. I'm trying to think. The last story we read in here was A Troll Too Far. So here's what we have left to read. The Hobgoblin Ball. Smoky Smells Success. Some of these are poems and some of these are stories. I don't know what's what until I read it. Witch's Brew. A Night in the Haunted House. Vlad the Toothless Vampire. Creepy Castle. Little Ghost Lost. Lonely Hearts. Shadow's Lucky Charm. The Magic Watering Can. Time for a Revamp. Spooky Spells. The Toast Ghost. Stand and Deliver. Monster in the Dark. Take the Ghost Train. The Little Monster. Phantom Footsteps. The Mummy's Curse. The Wrong Cat. Ode to Ghosts. All Done and Dusted. The Monster Marching Band. A Brush with Danger. Neptune's Ghost. Witches on the Run. Spectacular Slip Up. Vampire Charms. Peg's Pepper. The Hungry Ghost. A Jittery Journey. The Christmas Spirit. And Spook's Balls. So that's what's in this book. Yeah, that's thrifted. I got that from my favorite thrift store, which is a half hour away from my house, which I might possibly try and go to on the 15th. I'm going to go to the eye doctor, but I'm not sure because I'm supposed to go to work right after. Then we have another book. From a series that I loved as a kid. Mainly I think more the TV show than the actual book series. That I got from the little free library that was kids' books only. This is Babar the King, Random House, Jean D. Bunhoff. So, other books in the series are The Story of Babar the Little Elephant, The Travels of Babar, Babar the King, which is this book, Babar and Zephyr, Babar and His Children, Babar and Father Christmas, Babar's Cousins, The Rascal Arthur. Babar's Cousin, The Rascal Arthur. Babar's Picnic, Babar's Castle, Babar's Fair, Babar and the Professor, Babar's Spanish Lesson, Babar's French Lesson, and Babar Comes to America. So we have that book. Then we have a book that I got. I don't know if your libraries do this, but here in New York, where I live anyways, we usually have, like, the discarded books are, like, 25 cents or whatever. But because of COVID, the big library in the county that I live in, the library that's by my house that I go to all the time, I have a vlog, actually, in that library. They stopped they reduced late fees for books. They're 10 cents a day now, instead of 25 cents a day. I mean, movies and CDs are still $1. And the discarded books are now free. So I pretty much go there almost every week to get new books, see what they have. And last week they had a lot of chapter books. But I got this one, which is Lewis Carroll, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which I've never actually read. I've listened to the audiobook of Alice in Wonderland, and I don't think I've actually ever seen the cartoon version, but I've seen the Johnny Depp version of the first one. Not Alice Through the Looking Glass. So we have this one. Then we have this book that I bought myself, I believe, from Ollie's. This is a book about vampires. Vampires. And I've currently in the books that I'm reading, so I'm currently reading 3 books right now. I have The Farm, which I don't know if I kept or not. I might have gotten rid of. We have The Vampire Encyclopedia, which I'm halfway through D, I think. This is what this looks like. And then I'm currently reading Lost Boy, because I always keep a book in my bag to read at work, like during nap time or whatever. Or if it's like a slower day in the school age room, which doesn't happen because school's out. So we have that book. And I think my ex bought me that. Or no, I bought that one and my ex bought me the encyclopedia. We have another free book from the library. This is Robert Burleigh's Who Said That? Famous American Speak. So this has like speeches. So I'll tell you who's in here. There's Rodrigo de Troina. I don't know who that is. There's Ben Franklin, Calvin Coolidge, Patrick Henry, Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know who Patrick Henry is. Abigail Adams. I'm not quite sure who Abigail Adams is. Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Daniel Boone, Red Cloud. I don't know who that is. Sojourner Truth, Franklin D. Roosevelt, aka FDR, and Eleanor Roosevelt. Henry David Thoreau, Babe Ruth, Thomas Alva Edison, Jack Weinberg, I don't know who that is, Andy Warhol, Marilyn Monroe, Muhammad Ali, Martha Graham, I don't know who that is either, JFK, or John F. Kennedy, Ida B. Wells, Jackson Pollock, Emily Dixon, Harriet Tubman, William Tecumseh Sherman, I don't know who that is, Louis Armstrong, Abe Lincoln, Mother Jones, I don't know who that is, Groucho Marx, Georgia O'Keeffe, and Louisa May Alcott. So I think this must be like maybe famous speeches. I'm not totally sure. Not totally sure. Because I have yet to read this. That's that. We have another book that we got from the library for free. This is Grandparents' Poems. If you guys have been on the channel before, you know I'm big into poetry. This is a bunch of poems. I write poems. I read poems. My favorite poets are Tyler Knott Gregson, and my all-time favorite poet is... Why am I drawing a blank? I can't think of his name right this minute. But he wrote The Giving Tree, and Light in the Attic, and Where the Sidewalk Ends. Shel Silverstein. And I'm obsessed with, and like, my favorite poem ever is Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. So we have that one. Then we have another Ollie's purchase. Because in case you guys don't know, I'm also a big LDR fan. LDR. L-O-R-D. Wait. L-O-T-R-D. Wait. L-O-T-R. Sorry. L-O-T-R. Lord of the Rings. I can't even... Yeah. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. So we have this one. This is Tolkien's World. I have a couple books about Lord of the Rings. Like, I have a puzzle book. It's one of the books that has, like, pictures on, it has, like, story on one side, and then the picture is a puzzle. I have a Lord of the Rings one of those, and I have another book about, all about The Hobbit. I can't remember which movie it's about. I think it's the first one. The Unexpected Journey. And I'm a huge Legolas fan. I'm a big elf fan. So we have that. We have another book from the library that I got for free. This is another thing I'm very obsessed with lately, in case you guys have been on this channel for a while, you'll know. Pirate ships and pirates. All things pirates. That is not Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not a Pirates of the Caribbean fan. But I got this book on pirates, or Book of Pirates. It says like, different pirate stories in it and stuff. So there's a whole bunch of different pirate stories. This is kind of cool. There's all these different pirate stories in there, which I'll read for you guys. We have another thrift find, which I actually have the actual book. The Tales of Uncle... So there's a thing called The Tales of Uncle Remus. And there was Tales of Uncle Wiggly, too. Or Uncle Wiggly, yeah. Which I didn't care for. But I have the first book. I guess there's a series. I have the first book. Tales of Uncle Remus. Took me and my dad forever and a day to read that book. Because the book is in... I don't want to sound racist, but it's called Black English. Or like broken... Yeah, it's called Black English. Back in like the time of slaves and everything. How they would talk. This is a big book. This is the classic Tales of Brer Rabbit, my favorite character. And this has my absolute favorite story in it ever. Which is... So in here, there's Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, and the Peanut Patch. Brer Rabbit goes fishing for suckers. Dead Fox Tells No Tale. The Great Race. Why Mrs. Possum Loves Peace. Brer Fox Goes Hunting. And Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit, and the Tar Baby. Which is actually not what it's called in the other book. And I have not checked this one out yet, but I don't think this is in the Black English. But the other book is. So it's kind of hard to read. I made my ex read it because my ex was trying to go to our local community college, which he flunked out of after 2 semesters. He almost failed out after the first semester. He made it 2 semesters and flunked out of his grades were so poor. Not because he wasn't doing the work or anything, but because he was in remedial, literally everything. Because he had the reading level of a 3rd grader. He has like a 2nd, 3rd grade reading level, which was pretty bad. Next thing we have is another library find. Free book from the library. This is Imagine You're a Pirate. It says on the back of this, some pirates are big and strong. Some are tall and thin and cunning. Pirates can come in many different shapes and sizes. But all pirates are very, very wicked. If you want to be a pirate, here are some essentials. A hat, a spotted hanky, sea boots, an irritating parrot, and a treasure map. And this book. So I've yet to see what this book is about. But I thought it was super cute. And it tells you, like, imagine you're a pirate, different things about pirates. It's got, like, definitions of a pirate. Tells you about what pirates look like. It tells you all about pirate code, becoming a pirate, what pirates wear, equipment and accessories, where pirates work. It talks about the Jolly Roger. Which when I hear Jolly Roger, I immediately think of Peter Pan. Ship and her captain, like food and drinks, all sorts of different things about pirates. Sorry, I'm going to have to reach over you guys, over the camera to get the rest of these books. Hold on. You might fall in the process of this. So, along with our pirate theme, we have the Eyewitness book. Discovery Kids. I think that's what the DK stands for. Pirates. So it talks about like robbers of the sea, pirates of ancient Greece, pirates of Rome, pirates of the North. It talks about different kinds of pirates. This gives you history on different types of pirates from different places around the world, which is kind of cool. So we have that one. That was another free pickup at the library. We have another free library pickup, which is A Bushel of Lore from way down south with a hoop and a holler. This is kind of interesting. Kind of funny looking. It's got a whole bunch of different stories. It's got like Down in the Bayou. There's 2 parts to this book. There's like Down in the Bayou, Dreamland, One Cold Day, Tomcat, Gumbo, Monkey Stew. There's like a whole bunch of different stories in here. And there's a map of the United States. This is like all different bayou, like, I want to say like New Orleans type children's stories. So that's super cute. We have, I think this is our last free library pickup. This is The Barefoot Book of Pirates. So I don't know actually what this is. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so this says different pirate stories from around the world. I don't think I should do the cover. This has, so there's Captain Goose, which is Scandinavian. They've got Robin Hood and the Pirates, which is English, which I didn't know Robin Hood went with pirates, but okay. We have the Kobold and the Pirates, which is German. Pirate's Grace, which is Irish. We have Music Charms the Pirate, which is from Japan. We have the Abbey Bells, which is Scottish. And the Ships of Bones from Morocco. So different pirate stories from around the world, which is kind of cool. I'm keep pulling out books here. We have this book that I thrifted. This is Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. I had a big obsession with Grimm's Fairy Tales for a while. I did get rid of a bunch of my Grimm's Fairy Tales. Did keep a couple, like this one. So I don't know how they all compare. Some of the stories are not in here. And like a lot of these stories you guys probably know. Like The Frog Princess, The Gallant Tailor, I don't know that one. The Giant and the Tailor, I don't know that one. The Little Farmer, The Golden Key, Sharing Joys of Sorrows. Tom Thumb you guys might know. I don't know like a lot of these, but I'll just read off. So the ones you would probably know, the most popular ones are The Frog Princess. I've read that story before. Tom Thumb. I don't actually know most of these in this book. Rapunzel, Sleeping Beauty, Hansel and Gretel. Let's see what else. The Bremerton Musicians. The Mouse, the Bird, and the Sausage. And there's a bunch. There's Little Red Riding Hood. There's so many stories in here. Oh wait, are they all numbered? Yeah, they are. I'll tell you, there is exactly 221... Oh no, that's not a story, that's the index. There's 211 stories in here. So we have that. Okay, so we have a bargain bin pickup from Barnes & Noble when my mom was still home. When my mom still lived here. Her 3 favorite places on planet Earth to shop were TJ Maxx. Well, yeah. So she was obsessed. So like in our plaza, her favorite places were TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and Barnes & Noble. And she also really loved Macy's and JCPenney. So we have If You Can't Say Anything Nice, Say It in Yiddish. The Book of Yiddish Insults and Curses. Did you know that you guys actually use some Yiddish words every day? I'll tell you guys. There are some words that you use in everyday life that are actually Yiddish. Bagel is Yiddish. We have lax, which I don't really use. I didn't even know what lax was till I read this. Schmooze, schmear, which, who says schmear? It says smear, not schmear. But okay, schmooze, I mean we use. Schmoozer, bagel. Nosh, which I don't really use. New, and it's not new, N-E-W, it's new, N-U. I don't know. Schmuck, which dinner, I think of, when I hear that, I think of dinner, the movie Dinner for Schmucks. Oy vey, which when I hear that, I think of the grandma, or the grandpa, or whatever. The grandpa, I think it is, on Hey Arnold. Shtick, schlep, bail, I think so you say that, B-I-A-L-Y. Blintz, which I actually tried a Blintz once. Wasn't crazy about it. Gelftfish. I don't even know what that is. Halava. Kaiser roll. Nish. Kosher. Which is actually, like, kosher is more Jewish than anything. Kugel. Which a lot of Jewish people did speak Yiddish. Rugelach. I don't even know what that is. Schmaltz. And schmaltzy. I don't even know what those are. Like, some of these, I don't even know what they are. Like, those are just some of the things that you use every day that are Yiddish. So there's that. Then we have the book I talked about before. My childhood book. This is, apparently there's a series, which I didn't realize till recently. The Tales of Uncle Remus. There is no cover for this because the cover is somewhere in my mom finally gave it back to me. It's somewhere in my closet. But here's Uncle Remus and Brer Rabbit. So in this book, which is different from the other one, this is in the broken black English. Sorry if that sounds really racist, but I don't know what else to call it. Like, slave English, I guess. We have how the animals came to Earth, how Brer Fox and Brer Dog became enemies, hold them down, Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit comes to dinner, Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby, which is my absolute favorite story ever. These do have there's a whole bunch of other ones in here, too. I'm not going to read you the whole thing, because this video is already 27 minutes long, and I have a bunch of other books to get through. But, like, let's see, random pictures throughout. Like, Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby is actually one of the ones that's illustrated with color photos. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I can get this picture real quick. Why am I not seeing it? It's weird. Hold on, guys. Now I gotta find this. I don't see the picture. Now you know what's in here, because that's my favorite story. It's Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby. Oh, here it is. Like, look at how good these pictures are. Like, now, don't quote me on this, but I don't think this is actually... I'll tell you what year this was written in. Copyright on this is. The copyright on this is 1987. So this was... So I lied. This may not technically be enslaved English. Black... I don't know. Call it. But my dad always called it, like, black English. Like, broken English. I don't really know what you call it. It's not like if you read, say, like, the series of Redwall. Because that's proper, like, English. Like, proper English, if that makes sense. Like, England English. Not American English, but this isn't, like, that's the way that African Americans spoke. If I can figure out a non-racist way to say that. We have, this one I probably won't read on the channel, but I just have this in here. Because I don't want to put it in my chapter books. This is volume 2 of the Wonder Woman comic book series. I got this from my local favorite comic book store. I talk about it all the time. It's got more than just comics. It sells a little bit of everything. I bought that with one of my store credits I had one time. We have this book that I just bought from Ocean State Job Lot not too long ago. This is called Pepper Ann. Old best friends. I loved the show as a kid. Pepper Ann, she's the coolest in the land. I don't know how the rest of the song goes. That's all I remember, but I used to watch this as a kid. This was a 90s cartoon. Like, late 90s, early 2000s. It was on when ABC did the Saturday morning cartoons. We have a Dollar Tree find. This is Nickelodeon. Rugrats, all grown up. And no, this is not Rugrats all grown up. It's just Rugrats. But the story's called All Grown Up. If you guys know Rugrats all grown up, that's not what that is. We have another Dollar Tree find. This is The Mood Hoover. Paul Brown. I like Dollar Tree books because I don't like to spend a lot on books that I'm going to read just for you guys and then either donate to a little free library or give to my mommy. Yeah, my mommy's well, bad English today. Give to mommy's cousins. So I like to have, so I don't like to spend a lot of money. So I usually either thrift them or get them from the library or Dollar Tree. I'm okay with spending money on books that I'm actually going to keep for my collection or whatever, but this one is Dr. James McGee and the Time Machine. Another Dollar Tree find. We have 2 more Dollar Tree books over here. We have Bloomer's Island, Violet and the Eggplant Painting Problem. I just thought this was kind of unique and different. We have the last Dollar Tree find, which is the Hackney Martian. Dollar Tree really actually does have some good books. We have a thrift find to go with my Peter Pan collection. This is, I think, one of my favorite cover arts so far. I don't know how this is set up. Like, look at this. This reminds me of the Peter Pan live-action movie that I've never actually seen. The cover art on this is amazing. I've only actually seen the Peter Pan movie, I think, twice in my entire life. I've seen Hook about a zillion times. Because we were big on Robin Williams movies. Hook, Mrs. Doubtfire. My dad loved a Goodwill Hunting. Can't think of what other. The one where he's what is it called? Like Bionicle Man or something. He's the robot. This I always thought was a Grimm's Fairy Tale book. It is actually not. This one I did start to read at one point and then stopped reading. This is actually the world's best fairy tales, not Grimm's Fairy Tales. I actually tried to watch the Grimm's Fairy Tale movie, but I read The Pied Piper of Hamelin, Snow White and Rose Red, I think that was it. I think those were the only 2 books I ended up reading in here. Oh, and I read, apparently, because the page is still marked, I read It's Perfectly True, and I got halfway through Tom Thumb. But there's Cinderella, Chicken Little, Frog Prince, Princess and the Pea, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, Golden Goose, Ugly Duckling, Jack and the Beanstalk, Snow White. There's Rapunzel, Rumpelstiltskin. There's so many books in here. It's insane. The next one is definitely a Grimm's Fairy Tale. Simon & Schuster classic. I love these, like, classic book covers. I want to get the one for Peter Pan. That one, yeah, this is thrifted as well. The last one was thrifted as well. There's so many stories in here. I'm not even going to go into it. We have that one. We have another thrifted find, which actually has a CD with it. This is another DK Eyewitness book. Discovery Kids book. This is different than the last one. This is about pirates as well. This is more about I think this is more about, like, actual pirates. The other one is more about, like, different types of pirates in different countries. If that makes sense. So, like, American pirates, Asian pirates, like, you know what I mean? There's that. Then last but not least, because I know this video is getting really long, is we have Miles Kelly, Illustrated Classics. This is Peter Pan. I like the, like, cartoony feel of this. This is actually from Ollie's as well. We have a huge Peter Pan collection. I did recently start to go through some of the books under my bed and got rid of a bunch of my Peter Pan books I don't care as much about. Yeah, this is all the children's books I have to read for you guys. And I will catch you in the next video where I start to read some of these books. But I currently have to take a massive bathroom break. So bye for now, guys.